The surprising rise of Donald Trump has changed that stance in largely liberal Silicon Valley. In fact, more than 3,000 skilled tech workers have now signed on to a nonprofit called Tech for Campaigns that's dedicated to injecting tech talent into the campaigns of centrist and liberal candidates who need expert help when it comes to making the best use of Facebook and Twitter, and crafting individualized emails for segmented voters, among many other things. More people are signing up to help every day, too, particularly now that the low-flying organization has picked up momentum, enough that it's raising its profile a bit to flourish even faster. Toward that end, it has been writing explainers, including this one in Quartz, on the importance of focusing on so-called down-ballot, non-presidential, state races. Tech for Campaigns also recently launched an Indiegogo campaign to raise $250,000 to hire additional full-time help to give its three co-founders, entrepreneurs Jessica Alter, Pete Kazinji and Ian Ferguson, enough to hire on a few more full-time employees to help run the organization. It has 23 days remaining to reach its goal and is more than halfway there. We talked recently with Alter about that campaign, as well as to get a better understanding of the specific candidates Tech for Campaigns is aiming to help, as well as how, more precisely. TC, you'd previously started a founder dating company that was sold. How did you end up starting this nonprofit? Jay, Peter and I and our other co-founder, Ian, are all tech founders, and the election last year woke us up. After the inauguration, there was one alarming executive order after another. I like posting on social media, but saying, "I can't take this anymore" wasn't helping, and we were seeing the same from many people we know who wanted to do more but weren't sure how. TC, 60 Minutes recently aired a segment with Trump's digital head, who said Facebook employees embedded themselves with the campaign, trying to provide it expert help. He also said the Clinton campaign was offered some of the same help and declined it. Is your organization trying to get the job done for Democrats that they aren't getting done themselves? There are many underexploited digital strategies that campaigns could be using, like testing out messages, targeting people who wouldn't necessarily watch TV but can be reached online, and being to show return on investment on that spend. So a lot of what we're doing is educating campaign managers, many of whom come from field ops backgrounds. They build their careers by knocking on doors and making calls, which is important. But they don't necessarily understand all the digital tools they could be using. TC, you're helping progressive and centrist campaigns play catch-up here. Who is signing up to help you with these? TC, tell us about some of those projects, and how you settled on them. GA, we're doing a project in Virginia for a state legislator, for example, where we're taking the list of potential voters the campaign has and helping them segment it in a much more detailed way so it can send different messages that have been designed for different lists. We're also helping them understand the return on investment in that effort. We also got very involved in a special election in Montana in May. TC, looking back, is there anything different you would have done with that campaign or any other? GA, there are things we wish we could have tried, but given the time we were working with, this was a special election to fill a seat vacated by someone who joined Trump's cabinet. We were proud of what we accomplished. Quist's camp wasn't going to do a texting project, and we pushed them to do that. TC, what other types of projects can you spin up for candidates? GA, there are basically 4 categories, including digital basics like creating websites, email and analytics, which means marketing, getting more out of voter lists and voter data, social and digital media, which includes running paid digital programs, and engineering and data science type projects. One thing we've done for 2017 is focus on Virginia, which is one of 2 states that has a midterm election in less than 30 days. The governor is being elected and the outcome will be seen as test of Trump's popularity. In fact, all 100 members of Virginia's House of Delegates will go before voters. They hold a majority of the chamber now and we want to help overcome that. TC, how do you prioritize projects or campaigns? GA, we have a data team that's scoring every district in every state in the country to understand winnability. Then we work with state caucuses, which sort of oversee the races at the party level. They know a lot that we don't. We can meanwhile do data modeling that helps them understand redistricting. For example, we have a going-in position. We might say, we think it's these 25 districts, and they'll add their own on-the-ground understanding, explaining that a district is difficult because of XYZ that doesn't show up in the data. TC, how long do you typically engage with a campaign? Potential volunteers might like to know. GA, everything is scoped into a project with campaigns, and projects are typically 4 to 8 week-long commitments involving 3 to 5 people who opt in. Most have day jobs and are fitting this work into their nights and weekends. TC, that's significant. GA, when we speak with volunteers, they say the same thing over and over, which is that this is allowing them to volunteer their time and skills in a way that's more impactful, without having to quit a job and join someone's campaign trail. Maybe it means giving up drinks with friends for a month, but 60% of our volunteers have never been involved in politics outside of voting, and they're very ready to help. For much more on tech for campaigns, check out its Indiegogo page here.